What do you think, Sean?
Excited to be back, man.
Excited to be back?
Had a big week last week. Found out I'm having a baby girl this weekend.
That is the truth.
This is awesome. I'm in a good place, man. I'm excited. I'm happy.
Well, how many times do you have to shoot the tannerite to make it go off?
Well, twice. But if you miss the first shot, you got to count it number 3, you know. Third time was the charm. Missed the first one, hit the second one, you know. It is what it is. I can't be perfect at everything, you know. You know, it is what it is.
I hear you, buddy. Hey, college football started this week.
Yeah, I'm heartbroken.
Second week in VHSL football.
Yep.
Third week in Northeast Tennessee. Man, if you think about that, the third week in Northeast Tennessee means the season is almost half over there. Almost.
Yeah.
They're approaching it very quickly.
Yeah.
This will be week 4.
Week 4, yep, coming up.
So that's almost a halfway point. That makes me want to cry because football season is going to be over before you know it.
Yeah, it sucks. It's like you wait so long for it to get here, and now it's like, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Like it's flying by.
That just drives me crazy, though, man.
Super.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it goes by way too fast. This is the best time of the year, too. And it just goes by like it's, you know.
I love talking playoffs. I do. I love talking playoffs.
Yeah.
But then again, when you start really getting into talking playoffs and stuff, you're like, oh, man.
Then you realize you're running out of time to talk about it.
Hey, depression is fastly approaching at that point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
But Florida, Utah is the first game we got on here. What's your thoughts?
Florida, Utah. Well, to be honest with you, Florida did not look good at all.
Oh, sir.
And I'm scratching my head. I don't know what to even take of it, really. I don't really know if Florida's that bad, but I mean, I think some of it had to do with the altitude that they were playing at. Because there was guys that, when they got on that turf, they didn't want to get up.
Mm-mm.
And they was just slow, draggy getting up.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was like they were half speed or something.
Yeah, it didn't seem like they had like the punch on offense that, you know.
I mean, kids were just moving slow.
Like lethargic, kind of.
Yes.
Yeah. They didn't.
I mean, if you think, there's not a team in the SEC that moves slow like that. So, I mean, maybe the altitude had something to do with it. I'm not taking anything away from Utah because I thought their defense played great.
Great.
You know, and I mean, they're pretty good, man. So,
you know something, I thought their defense did play great, and when I looked like at the box score after the game, the quarterback from Florida threw for like 333, and I did not figure he threw for that much. I thought their defense just kind of, you know.
Well, me either, and I saw some things.
He did throw the ball like 50 times, though.
Yeah.
Also,
I saw some things where everybody was talking about, you know, the Florida fans. They was like, "Oh, he played good." And I'm like, I don't want to say how you get that, really, but he did. He wasn't. That's some pretty good numbers.
And you know, Utah's ranked 14 for a reason. You know.
Yeah.
You can't take nothing away from Utah.
Yeah.
But, Tennessee and Virginia also. That wasn't good.
That was what was expected.
Yeah, Joe Milton I think he's pretty good. But like you said, that freshman's pretty good too.
They've got $8 million invested in that kid.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think it's fair for Milton, but I really don't see. I just got a feeling Milton's not going to be the starting quarterback all year.
Yeah.
Because I think there's going to be some money people down there that's going to start doing some pressure. Like, look, hey, we have invested money in this guy, and we're expecting him to be playing.
But, you know, Joe Milton does look good. He looks like a grown man. I will say that.
He does.
The play that stood out to me, I know we already talked about it. He took, you know, that guy wrapped him up, had him tackled. Joe Milton literally just put his arm on this dude's face mask.
Ragdolled him.
And buried him.
Yeah, he looked like a ragdoll.
He looked like a little boy. It looked like Joe Milton was playing against a 7th grader.
Well, he's not your typical size quarterback either.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a pretty good sized guy. Like he grabs a hold of the football and his fingers touches the backside of his wrist.
Yeah. He's a big stud.
You know, he is.
He's a big stud. They got some awesome uniforms they're going to play in this week too.
I'm excited
those
about
gray
those.
ones. They look good.
Yeah, the throwback.
Yeah. I'm not a Tennessee fan, but they when they wear those gray uniforms, those are super nice. I love those uniforms.
I do too.
The big game, one of the biggest games I thought this weekend was Colorado TCU though. Deion Sanders, I love Deion anyways, and
Deion's good for college.
I love Deion.
Like him or not.
Yeah, and that Travis Hunter kid they got is a dog. He had like 11 catches for 119. He played like I looked at something. He played like 80% of the snaps on offense, and then played like 70% of the snaps on defense. But he had an interception at the end of the game. That's a huge win for Colorado too. They moved up to 22, I think. TCU was at 17. I think they dropped out of the top 25. But I figured they might move up higher than that, honestly.
He's a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not getting on the bandwagon with them yet.
Yeah.
They do have Nebraska, I think, this week, if I ain't mistaken. So,
Yep.
I mean, that should be another win for him. He says, "We ain't coming no more.
Yeah.
We here.
We're here."
We here."
And his son at quarterback did go crazy though. He had like 500 and something passing yards. It was like the most passing yards he's ever had in his career.
Yeah.
That was a crazy game out of Colorado though. But I thought they were ranked 25 going into that game. I
don't think they were even.
Were they not ranked?
I don't think so. They may have been.
But they beat TCU's at 17, and then they only moved up to 22. I figured they'd move up way higher than that, but
I just think, I think TCU was overrated.
yeah.
I mean, look what happened to them last year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, I just feel like they probably should never be in the top 25, period.
Yeah. I can understand that. So they did win some big games last year, but
maybe put them in the top 25,
right.
But they should never be even close to the top four.
Yeah, with the Georgia Bulldogs and them, it's a bad day for TCU.
Same old thing, though, when out there.
Yeah.
It's all see who can outscore who.
Oh, yeah.
We don't
no
have to
defense.
We're not going to play defense.
No.
We just want offense.
Yeah. West Virginia, Penn State. That was a big game. I didn't even watch that game.
I saw some highlights on it.
Who won?
I don't even know, to be honest with you.
I don't either.
But that was, both of them were ranked on that. Penn State won that.
Yeah, Penn State won. Yeah.
And I think they won it pretty handedly.
North Carolina, South Carolina.
That was a good game.
Yes. Like we already talked, though. Well, I'll let you say it because
I'm not going to say it because I went back, and you probably don't even realize this. But Rattler, I did say, man, and I think it was just because it was a trashy game.
yeah.
He was 39 of 30 passing
Really?
in that game, yes.
Dang.
Yes.
It didn't look like he played that good when you watched the game, though.
Okay, but look at it. The offensive line was horrible.
Yeah.
The poor guy, when he got on his back foot, they was somebody in his face already.
Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, I'm not a fan of his, honestly.
I'm not either.
I'm not a fan of his.
I remember he was on that show on Netflix. I don't know if you watched that show. I don't even remember what it was. I can't remember the name of it. It was about like
QB1.
Yeah, QB1. Yeah, he was on that show, and I thought he was just kind of. I didn't really like him on the show either.
I didn't either.
He was very cocky acting, and I don't really get down with that.
The first one of the QB one I loved.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, that was a good show. But as bad as I hate to, we do got to talk about this one. And this
Wait a minute, I ain't done with.
okay. Go ahead. You go ahead.
I want to know where the crap, or who in the world did they went. I'm pretty sure it went to an elementary school, and they walked in there and they had some kid with a big fat crayon draw that C for the side of the helmet. Was that not the ugliest thing you'd ever saw in your life?
It did look bad. It did.
I'm like, And ain't no wonder they lost.
Yep.
I'm like, there's no way you can play good with a helmet like that. Hey, don't you know, like, it's important for some kids to look good or they can't play well.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why they're getting all taped up.
That is true, yeah. That is true.
Hey, if you don't look, dog, you're probably not going to play, dog.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
what I'm saying?
That is true.
That helmet, I was like,
I didn't like it either.
Yeah, they need to take that out there, out back, and throw it in that big green dumpster.
Yeah.
Never, ever to bring that back out.
Oh.
But now, North Carolina, they put it on them, buddy.
Yeah, they did. I thought they played really well.
Till the fourth quarter.
Yeah, till the fourth.
Then they tried to give it away.
Yeah.
They tried every way in the world to get them back.
That's what me and you talked about, yeah.
Yeah.
They did. They played awful in the fourth.
But that offensive line just couldn't.
Yeah.
They're going to have to. I know a lot of Tennessee fans is probably hoping that never gets any better.
Yeah. Eric Todd being one of them.
Oh, Eric Todd definitely.
Number one.
He's already told me that.
Number one Tennessee fan.
Yeah.
Shout out to Eric Todd.
Yeah, Eric Todd.
But the heartbreaker.
He's wanting to score run up on them so bad.
Is he?
Yes.
I think he wants to score run up on everybody.
He can't stand Shane Beamer. And I'm pretty sure it's because that they beat Tennessee
last year. Oh, Lord.
So what we got now, buddy?
Florida State, LSU.
Oh, yeah.
I'm heartbroken.
I know you're heartbroken.
I mean, it's just terrible. I watched most of it. I cut it off. I can't remember. Florida State threw like a little 10-yard pass, and this number 8 took it for 50-something yards. When I seen that, I just cut it off. As in the fourth quarter. But gosh, man, just being an LSU fan's hard. It's up and down all the time. They'll go play Florida State like that, and then they'll go beat Alabama at the end of the year. It's so up and down. It sucks. But Florida State, man, they dominated up front.
Florida State looks like in that game. I'm not saying they are.
Yeah.
But to me, they look like the Florida State of old.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now, you got to take into consideration, they beat LSU last year in the first game.
Yep.
And then it went downhill. So I want to see a consistency of them being as dominant as they was.
Yeah.
But at least yesterday, they did look like the Florida State of old. They had speed.
Yep.
They were just flying around to the ball.
Yep. Dominated the line of scrimmage.
Dominated the line of scrimmage.
The front eight.
Very, very physical. Yeah.
Yeah, they were just a lot better. And Brian Kelly, LSU's coach, even said that after the game. He was like, "We're not the football team I thought we were," and I agree with that because they didn't look.
They'll be physical.
And I think LSU's quarterback is a pretty good player. I mean, last year he led them in rushing and passing, obviously, but he had a good year last year, and I was looking for a lot out of him, coming, in the Florida State game. But man, I mean, the kid tries with everything in him, but he just ain't got no help.
Well, there's only one way to beat or even match physical, and that's to be physical too.
Yeah.
And I mean, they got smashed in the mouth.
There ain't no doubt.
And they could not. They was not nearly as physical as what.
And I think Florida State moved up to number 5. I know LSU dropped to 14, or Florida State moved up to 5. I'm pretty sure.
I wouldn't have thought they would have dropped that far, but that's surprising.
And then the big game last night, Clemson and Duke.
Duke won by the biggest margin in school history.
They hadn't beat Clemson in 19 years, I think.
Yeah.
Something crazy like that.
And then by doing it, they score and win by the most points they've ever won a game by.
Yeah. They stormed the field. That was an awesome game to watch, I thought.
It was.
Man, they just kept rolling. They did. I mean, there wasn't nothing Clemson could do with them. There really wasn't. Even at the...
They came out after halftime, they was like, all right, boys, who's got the snowball?
Yeah.
Let's get to rolling it. Let's get to rolling it.
But near the end of the game, I watched the whole game because I wanted to. When they started jumping out of the bleachers, I wanted to see them storm the field. So I watched the whole game. But even near the end of the game, I mean, Clemson was already beat, and they knew they was beat, and they was just trying to make something happen. But man, they just I mean, Duke's DBs and stuff just dominated them. Like in coverage, they couldn't do nothing with them. They really couldn't. I never expected that. I really did not.
You know what though? Did you see the security guard people trying to keep them?
Yes. They were fighting for their lives down there.
That goes to show you. Even back last year when Tennessee beat Alabama,
yeah.
You don't have enough security. If them people want to go, they're going to go.
No, they will. I mean, at least they didn't throw the goalpost in the river.
It's true.
You know.
I bet they wanted to.
Oh, no doubt.
The only bad thing is they didn't have a river to throw it into. It would have been a long hike for them to throw it in the river. Probably.
But yeah, I thought that was an awesome win for Duke. I thought Duke beat somebody that was big last year, but I can't. I thought
they've pulled off some big wins.
I thought they had a big win last year. I remember, but beating Clemson, that's huge for them. I think, and Clemson was number 9 too. That's a huge win for Duke.
Yeah,
unranked.
It is. But I think Clemson's going to get better. I mean, you know,
they definitely will. But it's just a tough loss to take first game of the year, especially when you think it's going to be a blowout. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, there ain't no way Clemson didn't think they were going to beat the brakes off of them.
Yep.
I think. I mean. But now we got Northeast Tennessee football.
Oh, moving into the Northeast Tennessee high school football.
Yes, sir. We got first game up was West Ridge and DB.
West Ridge and DB. A lot of people in the paper, a lot of the papers and stuff was writing about how West Ridge was getting better and was going to do this, do that, but welcome to 6A football, boys.
Yeah.
I mean, DB handled them pretty good.
Mm-hmm. The 47-21, wasn't it?
Yeah, I believe it was. West Ridge, they could probably play pretty good in a 5A or 4A.
Yeah.
That's probably where they would really compete at. But their numbers has got them there.
Yeah.
And they just hadn't got on that level yet.
Yeah. That's what
I'm not saying that they're not going to.
Right. I agree with that. But, you know, DB's notoriously good. I mean, they beat the crap out of people all the time, every year. You know, they beat people to death. And
they just got a playoff jinx on them.
Yeah.
It's like game 13. That's as far as they can get.
It's a killer.
That's as far as they can get.
The Musket Bowl happened.
Very early in the season.
Yeah. Davy Crockett, Daniel Boone.
No contest this year.
Yeah.
It's normally good. I remember when the Musket Bowl was played at ETSU in the mini dome. It was inside.
Really?
Yeah, I'd go to it, man. It was awesome.
Was it?
It was awesome.
Betsy and Granger County also is one you have down. I don't know nothing about that game. I didn't even look at the score.
Well, I didn't really see that one. I just know that
they played.
Yeah, Betsy.
Let me get a score right quick.
Betsy, I'm sure that they rolled big in it. You know.
Let's see.
Betsy's and Greenville's fixing to hit head on like two runaway trains fixing to smack hard, and they're going to see each other. I think that game's the last game of the season, ain't it? I'm pretty sure them and Greenville's like it's at least toward the end of the season.
I'm not sure, but I do know that they beat Granger 65-14.
No way.
Yeah, that's what this says. Yes.
I mean, who would have thought that?
Yeah, Greenville is the last game of the year on Elizabeth's schedule.
So they're going to see each other really quick twice.
That's going to be an awesome game too.
Really fast twice.
But here's what I'm excited about: the Southwest Virginia portion of the podcast.
What makes you so excited?
Man, I've just been, different game every week. I've been to 2 or 3, watched 2 or 3 different people play, man. A lot of people look good, I think. I'm super pumped up. But the first game that we got to talk about is your Blue Devils and them Yellow Jackets from Middlesboro.
That's a big win for Gate City.
That's a huge win for Gate City.
I ain't going to lie to you. I was nervous with it going into it. And Middlesboro was pretty athletic, man.
Yeah, that's what you said.
I mean, I don't know that Gate City will play any anybody any more athletic than what Middlesboro was.
Yeah.
Their quarterback was so fun to watch. I mean, he does it all for them.
Yeah.
He quarterbacks. He punts the ball. He returns punts. He returns kicks.
Middlesboro's quarterback?
Yes.
Back on.
They called a timeout, and he was over there filling up ice in the water, and then was filling up the cups for everybody. I mean, he was doing it all, mister.
He put the headset on. He was talking to him in the box.
The boy, that kid's a ball player. I mean, he's fun to watch.
Halftime, he broke the weed eater out. He's weed eating around the pylons, making sure everything's good.
Oh, yeah.
Painting the lines on the field, yeah.
Well,
do it all type of guy, huh?
If he'd have started to paint anything on that big devil head in the middle of the field, he might not. He might would have filled his last water cup up.
But I really do think that's a huge win for Gate City. I really do, because I think Middlesboro is pretty good. You know, they beat Harlan. Well, that was last week, wasn't it? Or
no, that was week 1.
Week 1, yeah, they beat Harlan, and Harlan's always good. And you know,
Harlan may be down.
Right.
But now, I mean, they're not that down.
Right. And
I don't think because...
You know, you watched them play, and you said Middlesboro is tough, and I think that's a huge win for Gate City.
It is. Now, they were very fast. They had 2 fast kids that was out wide.
Yeah.
And, I mean, if they got in open field, they could hurt you.
Yeah.
They could hurt you. But... They didn't like to take a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they wasn't physical there. Now they had some big boys, and I mean some of their players were physical. Yeah. I'm not saying as a team they wasn't physical. It was a good game. Gate City got down 12-0 in it, and which I mean, now that we won, I'm glad to see.
Oh yeah.
That we did, because you wanted to see if they had that same fire that they had last year, or how they would react by being down a couple scores.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they're fixing to get into some more tougher teams coming. You know, you got Union coming. I mean, this is teams that can get you down and get you down quick, and you're going to have that not give up fire. Right. And so to see that they didn't panic. I love the facts of that.
That's what you said.
They was just this chill, man, down 12-0. They made adjustments. Coaches made adjustments. The kids goes out. They execute, and next thing you know, it's 12-7. Next thing you know, it's 14-12, and they didn't look back.
Yo, I was at the Ridgeview game. You know, they do like score updates, and the first one we got at the Ridgeview game was 12-0, Middlesboro. I was like, man, I hope they ain't running away with it. Well, then the next score update we get, it's 14-12. You know, Gate City's got back in it.
Yeah.
But, man, I'm excited for Gate City. I think that is a huge win. And I hope they keep rolling, man. I really do.
I do, too. I know they had an injury themselves to one of their players. Yeah. And from what I've heard, it could have been a season-ending injury for him, too. But, you know, they've got a little depth there. They got some kids that can step up, and I believe they will. But that's something you don't really want to see. You don't want to see kids go down like that.
I hate that. I really do.
And everything, especially when it's their senior year, you know. But
that's a big win.
It is a big win.
I hate that they did lose somebody. I really do. But you know, like I think. You know, the Mountain Seven's going to come down 2 or 3 teams, and Gate City's really in the conversation. I think you've got a lot to be excited about. I really do.
Yeah. So that's 2 that we've lost.
Yeah.
2 starters from the year, because we lost one in the Richlands game.
Yeah.
So
speaking of Richlands, they went to the Union Bears crib this week.
Yeah.
It was not good.
I say they wish that tornado would have went on north. You know,
it was not pretty for Richlands.
Kind of drifted south too much, didn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. Which, you know, that's like we talked about it for however many, this is episode 4. We said since episode 1, Union's the team to beat. And man, it ain't changing in my eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, they're beating everybody, and they look good. I mean, they really do look good. I think they're going to be super, super tough later in the year.
Them Bears went come right there on that field, and that tornado went poof.
Yeah.
And it was gone.
What was it?
It descended
The score
back.
on that
into
was,
the sky.
what, 47 nothing?
Oh, well, it was 42. Or
42, okay. Either way, they put 40 on them. Shut out.
Yeah.
Big game for Union. I mean,
Their offense ain't scored a touchdown all year.
yeah, that's what you said. Against
Ridgeview.
Gate City, it was a bad ball, or a swatted ball, wasn't it?
Our quarterback was in the
Yeah.
end zone. He tried to throw the ball, and his arm got hit. By the time he came forward, so the ball went straight up in the air, and one of their D linemen caught it in the end zone
Yeah.
for a touchdown. So.
Good for that kid, though.
Oh,
I bet
yeah.
that made his life. that's the making of your football career right
He
there.
danced a jig.
Yeah. Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you not have?
Yeah, I probably would have.
I'd have been out there trying to do
But
some of them new dances they got out.
them NFL dances.
Yeah, man.
them NFL touchdown dances.
Shoot, they'd have had to get me Monday to come into class. I'd still been in there.
Oh, Lord.
But I mean, that says a lot. Which I mean, now they've played two good teams. Richlands has,
Yeah.
and I mean they are scoreless on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, that's
So that's not.
not a good way to start the year at all. But that, like you said, that is two tough games right in a row. I don't know who Richlands has next, but maybe they can do something. I don't know.
They're gonna have to find something.
But we're about to find out some stuff about Union High School too, though.
Hey, if you can't score points,
Yeah.
you're not gonna win games.
Yeah, ain't no doubt.
You know what I mean?
Ain't no doubt. But Union's got two huge games coming up, so I think
Back to back.
we'll see what Union's made of here in the next couple of weeks. I really think so.
I
really
hope
think so.
they can escape this without any injuries
too,
and
man.
stuff, because it is going to be rough on them 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, ain't no doubt. Next one is a big shocker, the Battle Virginia High game.
I'm not going to say it's a shocker.
Well, it ain't a shocker, but
In my opinion, it ain't.
when they beat Abingdon, I figured they'd roll Virginia High, but man,
They should have won the game.
I
ain't gonna
thought
lie.
so.
I watched it back, and
Yeah,
the Battle was the better team.
just
The quarterback threw 4 interceptions.
and he fumbled too, right?
He did have that one fumble, but they recovered it.
Okay.
So it wasn't one that they lost.
Yeah, it's hard to throw 4 interceptions, turn the ball over that many times and win the game.
And there was one drive where they had on 4th and short and gave them a first down by jumping off sides,
Yeah,
which extended it automatically, and they ended up scoring on it. Virginia High did. And then another time, and I can't remember if they actually scored on that drive, but I do know they did one of them. But there was 2 drives that they extended by stupid penalties.
yeah,
And I'm pretty sure that I'm thinking that they may have scored on both of them.
yeah. I just really expected John Battle to play a lot better than they did. Which, that's like I said, you can't turn the ball over that much and expect to, blow somebody out or even win. I mean, against a decent team, you can't turn the ball over that many times.
Yeah, size wise, Virginia High was bigger than
Yeah.
they were, but I think their secondary just had a lot of speed.
Yeah,
And the quarterback for Battle was rolling out on a lot of some of them, and he done the thing you don't let your coach not to do is
Yeah.
throw back across your body.
Yeah.
But now that one, there was not even a kid for Virginia High within 25 yards of the receiver standing in the middle of the field,
Yeah.
waving his hands. If I see that, I'm going to throw the ball too.
Yeah.
But when he did, he had a lot of air under it. And that kid, Virginia High's got speed.
Yeah,
Man.
they always
and
got athletes.
They got closing speed, and that kid made a play. You know, he got there before the ball did and intercepted it. So that was one of them. One of them looked like it was a spot pass.
Yeah.
Like a little hook, and when the guy, I don't know if he thought he was supposed to fake the hook and then break it like on a slam or what, but when he turned around, the quarterback actually threw the ball and he left. And then there was 2 Virginia High guys standing there.
Threw it right to
so
him.
he threw it right to him in the end. That was kind of out in the flats a little bit.
Yeah.
So that one was either on the quarterback or the receiver.
Yeah.
One of them was wrong in it.
It's such a bad loss. After you come off that high beating Abingdon, and then like they ain't beat. I don't know how long it's been since they beat Abingdon, but it's been a while.
Oh, it's been a long time.
Yeah, and
they've not won many games, period, in a while.
Yeah, and you come off like a high like that. I figured they would have just kept rolling and beat Virginia High.
And to be honest with you, that may have something to do with it.
Yep.
They come out a little flat, maybe.
Yep, maybe.
But I mean, John Battle's still going to surprise some people.
I don't. Yeah, I think so for sure.
And I'll be honest with you, them winning that game at Abingdon probably opened Virginia High's eyes up.
Yep.
It was like, hey, this ain't the same John Battle team that we go in there and beat up on every year, so we're going to have to be ready to play this time. But still, Virginia High was cramping. They're going to have to get that.
Yeah.
They're going to have to get those kids in shape, man.
Yeah. And, honestly, it's getting close to being too late. Like, if you don't put the work in the summertime, man, it's hard to get in shape in the middle of the season. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know.
Maybe when it cools down, they won't lose as much sweat and start cramping.
Maybe.
So, who knows?
Lehigh, Thomas Walker. Let's say Lehigh and Kermit levels, Thomas Walker.
Yeah. The ones he loves.
Yeah, the one he loves so much.
They're small town and they're friendly people.
They're good people. Just like Appalachia.
Well, then he said, I don't think that
we
we're
never that nice.
I don't think we were that nice, but it is a small town.
But Lehigh did what I thought they would do. I figured they'd roll Thomas Walker, and that's exactly what they done.
Exactly. It was exactly what I thought, and I mean, we'll give it to Kermit. He just wanted to see Thomas Walker do good.
Yeah, he loves the people up there.
Because he loves the people.
That was pretty cut and dry, though, I think. That's what I expected.
Maybe he's trying to be nice to them so they can get Thomas Walker back on there.
Maybe he is. Maybe he wants to meet up with some friends or something.
Maybe he's getting worried about Twin Springs.
Maybe. Who knows?
We should have Thomas Walker on here.
Maybe.
I'll be honest with you, man. After these next 2 weeks, they may wish they had a bunch of Thomas Walkers.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
And then again, they may be ready just to whoop the world.
Yeah, who knows? But that's cut and dry, I think. So
absolutely.
This one is the heartbreaker, man. Ridgeview Grundy. Not a heartbreaker in the column of wins and losses, but man, the heartbreaker of losing Gabe Hackney with a broke leg. Second play of the game on offense, man. Kid breaks his leg, and I talked to Gabe. He's had, he had to have a surgery. And, man, that kid is.
So is this like 3 surgeries he's
that's
had?
two. He had one the day it happened, and I talked to him this morning, actually, and he said he had just got out of surgery. He's in pretty good spirits, I think. As good as he can be. But
absolutely, yeah.
Man, to Gabe, like, I just want to tell you that I love you and I'm rooting for you, and man, I hope you heal up. I'm praying for you, and man, I hate it for you. I really do hate it bad. I hate it for your team, but man, like the support of everything, with me being from Clintwood, I'm friends with tons of those people on Facebook and stuff. The support for that kid is unreal, man. Like, you can tell what a impact he was, like, on that community.
Yeah, I saw that too when I watched the replay. I mean, you could tell that it wasn't just that they lost one of their best players, but you could tell by the reaction that he was a leader, he was a friend to them as well. You could tell that.
Absolutely. But I really hate it for him. And I hate it for Ridgeview. That was like we talked before. I thought Ryan and Gabe were really going to carry Ridgeview this year. They were going to have to carry Ridgeview from what I'd seen. And man, you lose a player like that, it's awful. But to Gabe, I'm praying for you. I love you, buddy. And man, I can't wait to talk to you some more. I hope you stay in good spirits, buddy.
Well, I mean, it's some big shoes to fill. Mm-hmm. But I mean, they may be an underclassman step up and do that.
Well,
and so.
When Gabe went down, I know they were playing Grundy. Grundy didn't look very good. They beat them. They beat the brakes off of them. I can't remember what the score was. But
a lot.
It was a lot to nothing. But there was a kid that came in. I don't know his name. He was number 5. He was a small kid, underclassman, I'm sure. They had two different kids that came in and ran the ball after Gabe went down.
I do think one of them they said was a sophomore.
He plays receiver. I know that for sure. I seen him at receiver before, they were letting some other kid run the ball, and he didn't run the ball great. He just kind of, he was all right. But number 5 was at receiver, and they brought him in playing running back, and he's not Gabe Counts. He's not going to run over people and drag people for 10 yards and do the things that Gabe done. But I think like these outside zone plays and sweep plays and stuff like that, the kid can. He can really move. He's fast as lightning. But I think if they run that kid outside and don't try to send him straight up the middle, I think he'll do all right. Ryan O'Quinn threw the ball really well. He had 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. That kid's a super athlete. He's a stud. And like I said, I know it was just Grundy, but, I think Ridgeview, I think they played well. Branson Honaker, that linebacker they have, that kid's around the ball every play. He's a headhunter, too. He loves coming up and making a hit, so. I think Ridgeview.
I'll have it.
Yeah, I think they'll be. I think they lost a ton with Gabe. I really do, because that kid's special. I really think he was. But I think in the grand scheme of everything, I think they'll be okay. They're not going to be great without Gabe, but I think they'll still be all right enough to compete. I think. So.
Well, of course, losing somebody like that, it's going to change some things.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
I'm sure that they're probably working something different in on their offense, maybe.
Yeah.
Or whatnot. But am I right in saying that Gabe's had 4 years of high school football and he's had a broken bone in all 4 seasons?
Yeah. Yep. He's had an injury every year. I know.
And all 4 of them's broken bones, I believe.
Yeah, I know there was a hand, a collarbone, and this is the second time he's broke his leg, I think. I don't know if it was the same leg or not, but I know he broke his leg last year or something, maybe. I can't remember.
Was it last year's? Probably wasn't this.
No, last year
was worse.
Yeah, this one was much worse. But I do know there was one year that he got to play quite a bit last year, I thought. But he was more of like a blocker. Played like some fullback, some H-back stuff.
But he really didn't come in to play much last year until the end of the season.
Yeah, he was hurt until that's what I was about to say, till closer to the end of the year.
Because if I'm mistaken, he had a touchdown in that Graham game.
Yeah, I think so, maybe.
I believe he did. I believe I remember that.
But yeah, man, I think that kid's gritty and he's tough, and that was something that Ridgeview needed. So. I think it's a huge loss for Ridgeview, and I really hate it for Gabe. I honestly do. I think a lot of that kid.
I hate it for him too, man.
Moving on. That just sucks so bad. It just depresses me to even talk about it, man. But moving on, Central Marion. You called that one.
That's what it is.
Bigger than everything. You said, I don't care where they play. They're playing in the backyard. I got Marion.
That's right.
And you were right.
Yep.
Central I guess they just are awful. I don't know.
Too bad they couldn't beat Chilhowie the week before.
Yeah, really.
They could sit here and be 2-0.
Yeah.
And Kermit be eating Crow big time.
He would. The one win done beat him, yeah.
It would be enough Crow now on his plate that I'm pretty sure he'd have to use some type of sauce. Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. He did say that.
Next time Kermit's on with us, I'm going to bring him some A1 sauce. And I'm going to set it down right in front of him.
That's cut and dry. Central, they just ain't very good, I guess. I don't know. I thought they was. Now they're not. Who knows?
I gotta show you what bad teams can make you look.
No.
Make you look like world beater.
We got like 3 cut and dry games in a row now. Abingdon, Christiansburg. There ain't much you got to say about that.
That one was expected.
7. Yeah, I definitely figured.
Something's going on at Abingdon.
Yeah, something's wrong. Which, usually when they go upstate, to those bigger schools and stuff, the
last few years they've competed.
Yeah, they compete.
And won them.
Yeah, but man, it just looks like it's going to be a rough year for Abingdon, and they ain't going to have it no easier next week with Gate City either. I don't think at all. So
this week, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I meant this week, yeah.
Man, it is on WCYB too.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, awesome.
It is WCYB. First time they came to Legion Field since they started doing that.
That's awesome for Gate City.
Yeah. They getting 2 televised games this year.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think it's weird that Ridgeview won the Mountain 7 last year and don't have a televised game this year.
They're going to do the Union game and Gate City game.
Are they?
Yes.
That'll be an awesome game.
So since it's so full, I was thinking maybe Sean could buy some pizza since you're so, wealthy and stuff.
Right,
and
I'm super famous. Yeah.
You are, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Kermit told me he got on the podcast, went to the Union ball game, okay?
He did say this.
And, Sean, he was letting me know that if he had a table and a Sharpie, he could have set up a daggone autograph session down there. And I'm like, well, I believe we're going to take your picture, run them off, and just let you sign them.
Well, I reckon, he was down there at Union shaking hands and kissing babies like he's the governor or something.
I'm telling you.
That's words straight out Kermit's mouth. Man.
You know what we should do is print off a picture of him, and we can sign his name on it. Go ahead and pre-sign them, and just start handing them out at the gate.
Yes,
and then people be going by, and he'd be like, "Well, Lord, how'd they get my autograph?"
Oh Lord, he really did say that people were wanting to shake his hand at the Union.
They want to shake his hand.
That's what he said now.
So now he's been on one podcast, and got famous.
He's more famous than us. We ain't famous at all, but Kermit's famous, buddy.
All them years as an Appalachian Bulldog didn't even make him that famous.
He used the Appalachia great,
And he played for the Jets too.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say?
I love old Kermit.
I do too, man.
It was funny though. I just got the cracking up because he's like, "Oh man, yeah." He said they was on my autograph.
Yeah, that's what he said. He told them to stop, I reckon, when they wanted his autograph.
Oh, stop it.
He stopped.
I bet he did.
He blushed, I bet.
I bet he did. I bet he was ready to anybody got a Sharpie?
He probably was. Oh,
my name's Kermit Love.
Oh, Lord. I can't wait to have him back. The next game was Cove and Northwood. Another blowout. Cove
we
really
expected
rolling.
that one too because Twin Springs played Northwood the week before and done them the exact same way. So,
they're really rolling. They've not gave up a point all year. 2 shutouts.
Cove, they're fixing to give up some points.
Oh, they ain't no doubt. That's going to be so. Are you going to that game?
That's my plan.
I'm going to that game.
My plan is to be at Cove.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt, man.
I wanted to kind of go to the Science Hill Union.
I did too, but I don't know. I just think Cove and Honaker will be the 2 contenders, really, 2 of the biggest contenders.
Oh, it's a playoff matchup.
There's no doubt.
I believe that's your Region D championship right now. That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's kind of like the what we were talking about, the Greenville Elizabeth game.
Yeah.
This one just happens a little earlier in the season.
Yeah, that's going to be an awesome game. I'm super excited for it.
So we're going to really see. Honestly, neither one of us really had any contest going into this. So I think Honaker has actually probably played a little better caliber teams than what Cove has, and that's might give them an edge, but it's going to be good.
It's just going to be 2 really good teams. I think it's going to be good football. I really do. I'm super. That's where I think I'm going to go. I'm excited for that.
But yeah, no surprise on the Rocco game there with Northwood.
Not at all. Twin Springs Unica, that didn't surprise me neither.
No. Going back to the Rocco, I watched that game some. No, I'll be honest with you. I felt like when I watched Twin Springs play them,
Yeah.
Twin Springs actually probably moved the ball a little better. I mean, they made it look more easy than what Rocco did. I was a little surprised with that.
Yeah.
But you know how it is each week. I mean, in matchups,
Yeah.
teams match up different.
Yeah. I totally agree with that. But Twin Springs over Unica 42-0. I expected that. Seen that one coming. And Twin Springs is, I think they'll have another huge week this week coming up. You know who they got? John I. Burton Raiders.
Well.
I mean, we'll get into that a little later, but
hang on a minute.
Okay, hanging.
If I ain't mistaken, those Burton Raiders did score 20 points
They
this last
did score
week.
20 points.
So now that they have found what direction the end zone is in, that you have to go forward instead of backwards.
Oh, I'm dying.
Is that hurt? Is it not the truth?
That just got me right there.
Okay, every time I've seen them play, I mean, it's 1st and 10.
Yeah.
Which becomes 2nd and 20.
Yep, that is a fact.
3rd and 40.
Yep.
I'm like, you're going the wrong way, boss. I mean, maybe they should just put their bus on the end zone that they need to score on.
But
say, boys, it's time to go to the bus.
They did.
They would put an end zone.
They did score 20 points, but they also got 56 put on their head by Chilhowie. So
that's a victory, baby. It's a victory. You know what that tells me? If they scored 20 points, they figured out how to get a first down.
Yeah, that is a fact.
And they moved in the correct direction.
That is true. But they just, I don't know, man. Burton just don't look good. And I don't think they'll have a good week next week either against Twin Springs. This week's, I guess.
Yeah, it's this week.
Yeah, I keep saying next week for some reason.
Oh, are you trying to rush football season?
No, I'm not.
Because we just got done talking about how depressing it was going to be.
It's going to be
once
awful.
we start saying, it's week 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is fastly coming. So let's slow down there, Sean.
Sorry, buddy. Eastside Hurley. I figured Eastside beat the brakes off Hurley, but Hurley played
should have
32-8 or 38-32. I'm sorry,
38-32. In overtime game. Let me recap this. What I saw. I did go back and watch this game.
Okay.
It was a trashy game on both sides of both teams. Okay.
Yeah.
Was not pretty either way you look at it. Which we expected. Okay, Eastside has a big game the week before with Y Central. Y Central is somebody that's on their schedule that they want to beat worse than anybody in this world. They're both Wise County, so you have that. You know, you have that feud, the Wise County feud going on. So they really want to beat them.
Yeah, and
they lost a heartbreaker in that one. I mean, I think they really feel like they could win that.
They should have won that game, really.
And can they win that game? I honestly believe they can.
I think so too.
So you take that into consideration, put that on top of a 2-hour bus ride there, and this ain't the typical 2-hour bus ride.
Yeah, it's awful.
I mean, this 2-hour bus ride feels like it's 4 hours.
Yeah. There's not a good way to get there.
Not a good way at all to get there. So, honestly, I figured they're going to come out flat as can be. And honestly, they could. The kickoff, first play from scrimmage, halfback pass, scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
7-0, boom, just like that. Or 6-0. I can't remember if they got the extra point, but I think they did. Okay. So you're like, all right. Maybe they're not. Maybe it's okay. They're here to play. The ensuing kickoff, they just took some wind out of themselves. You know, Hurley's are like. So the kickoff to them, it was 6-0. They missed the extra point.
Okay.
So Hurley returns the kickoff all the way for a touchdown. It's back 0-0, man. And then they get their extra point, So then they're down. And, I mean, it was back and forth. I mean, but honestly, if you watch the game, Eastside pretty much dominated the game in a lot of ways, in a lot of areas. But it was a trashy game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they didn't want to win, but they did want to win. So, both teams was giving each other favors.
Yeah.
I think if you play the game again, Eastside probably wins a little bit bigger than what that game was.
I expected them to win big. I did, but, I guess Hurley just competed with them, I mean.
Hurley's going to fight.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're
no doubt.
down or not.
No doubt. Well, that's like Grundy with Ridgeview. I mean, like, Ridgeview it was 40-0 at halftime, and I mean, Grundy was like still in there scrapping, They started moving the ball a little bit and stuff, but, they just never gave up. And I guess Hurley's the same way. They just keep scrapping, keep grinding.
Let me give you this, too.
What's that?
Single-A school, little single-A school.
Yeah.
Dressing 32 kids.
Yeah.
24 of them are seniors.
At where?
Hurley.
Oh, my goodness. Jeez. So, the future ain't looking bright.
Oh, they got a good little league program. They're going to have to get some kids somewhere.
Be looking good, son.
I mean, that's crazy. I mean, how many... I mean, you think of a school that small... I mean, that's almost like the whole senior class is playing football.
Playing football, yeah. That's crazy. 24. Moving on. This one was not pretty at all. Castlewood, Honeacre. 60-8. Honeacre. Man.
I tell you what, there's going to be some people excited to go watch a football game when Castlewood and Burton play each other. They're like, boys, we got a football game this week.
But that one's cut and dry, too. I mean, I knew Honeacre would go in there and put it on them.
So Castlewood has a problem getting kids out.
I don't know how many people they got on the team.
I don't know either, but I mean, it seems like they've... Even, I know a couple guys that's with their little league.
Yeah.
Like, they would a lot of times have to borrow kids to even play football.
Daggone.
Because and when your feeder program is struggling,
yeah,
that's usually the results you get.
Yeah, there ain't no doubt. I mean, we know Honeacre's rolling, I mean, I'm
not taking nothing away from them. They're good.
They are. They're really good this year.
But poor Castlewood. I mean,
yeah,
I don't see as long as their feeder program is doing what they're saying it's doing, it's going to be long roads for them until something different goes on.
I really am excited for this Friday with Rocco and Honeacre. I think that's a good test for both things. We'll really figure some stuff out in that game. But other than that,
you're excited on it.
I am. I'm really pumped up. I mean, I think, I said it. I can't remember what episode, but I can see those two teams really coming out of 1A. I mean that looks like, they look like two of the better teams.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
How much is the ticket worth to you for that game?
For Honeacre Rocco?
Yeah. $500 worth?
No.
Huh?
No, I would not pay $500 to watch that ball.
Would you pay $500 to watch Kentucky and Alabama play?
No. Because
that's what those tickets are going for. That's what I'm asking. So, I mean, you'd at least do 10 for this one?
I do. I'd probably get 12. I'd pay 12 for this one.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I know. Big spender.
You're a good negotiator, sir. I got something for sale. You want to buy it?
No. Oh, I'm excited about this too. The week 3 matchups. I'm pumped up. Number 1 for Northeast Tennessee. I put this in Northeast Tennessee, even though it's kind of both. But Science Hill and the Union Bears. Man, what do you think?
Well, I think that it depends on which daggone hilltopper team comes over there.
Yeah. They're very up and down.
They are up and down.
They look up and down.
I don't doubt that Union can't make this a competitive ball game.
Yeah, I don't doubt that
A
for a
very
second.
competitive ball game.
Yep.
I don't think Union can match them athlete for athlete across the board. Now Union's got some athletes. Don't you think for a minute that they don't.
There ain't no doubt.
They've got some playmakers, mister.
Yeah, they do.
But I think Union will be more physical. So, I mean, sometimes you can take that into consideration.
Yeah.
I mean, you look back at the Elizabethan game from people that I talked to said that Science Hill had them outnumbered in athletes on the field. Way more athletes than what Elizabethan had. But they got after them and was physical with them. And you seen what happened there.
And that's something. That's something that I thought about too. Like when we talked about that Science Hill Elizabethan game, then that's what I heard too, was that Science Hill they have athletes at every position and they have playmakers at every position, but they don't like it when people are physical with them. And from what I've seen out of Union, they're super physical. On the line of scrimmage, and I mean, they just get after it, the whole time. And I don't know who you got.
Well, this is what I'm gonna say.
Okay.
If I'm Travis Turner, they've got this kid that wears this 2 number and another number behind it, and I believe it's an 8.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna come out there in this game, and I'm gonna take that kid, and I'm gonna run it right down their throat. I'm not going to break the huddle until there's about 10 seconds to go on the play clock. I'm going to chew off about 8 minutes, 10 minutes if I can. All the time I can to get down there.
Yeah.
Punch it in. If he can do that and we'll do that, keep this game in check, I can see Union winning this ball game. But now if they try to get into a race with them, It could get ugly. It could get ugly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want Union to win this game really bad.
I do too.
But I'm gonna go with the Hilltoppers.
Okay.
Because every other game they've won.
Yeah.
They lost last week, and they're not going to want to come over here and get beat by a little double A team out of Southwest Virginia. So I'm gonna go Science Hill. 35-28.
Okay. I was going to say something kind of along the same lines of you. If I was the Union Bears, I would really let Keith Chandler carry the load for me this week.
He's going to have to.
Yeah. And like that's what people say it's going to take to beat Science Hill is to be physical with them. And, me and you both watched him play. And he loves the contact, and that's his game, is being physical. Yeah,
Science Hill's bit. I mean, they're prime scorers. I mean, they're big time scorers.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens quick.
Yeah, and
they're big plays.
And I've been thinking the same thing all week. You can't get in a shootout with a team like Science Hill because if you ain't going to outshoot them.
No, you got to eliminate their possessions.
Yeah. And I think. I'm with you. I think the exact same thing. I think if Union, runs the ball, chews the clock, they let Keith Chandler play his game, I think that they really could win the ball game.
You know what?
But I don't know if I see that happening.
You know what?
What's that?
I'm sitting here thinking about this.
Yeah.
And I need to change that.
Okay.
I'm going with the Union Bears.
Okay.
Okay? And I'm going to take Union Bears 35-21.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to predict the score. I'm terrible at predicting scores.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, if you're wrong, you're wrong anyway.
Okay. Here we go.
It don't matter. I mean, it don't matter if you get the score wrong.
This is what I got. I'm really pulling for Union, not because I'm a Union fan or whatever, but I would love to see a Southwest Virginia school beat a big powerhouse like Science Hill. So I'm going to take the Union Bears, and I think if you're the Union Bears, please let Keith Chandler play his game and let him tote the rock. And, 3-4 yards every play. Wear them down. Limit them. I'm going to take the Union Bears. I'm going to take them 27-24. That's what I got to say about that.
You went with Union Bears to follow my suit.
Yeah, I was going to take them to begin with. You just didn't let me finish.
I'm glad. I'm glad I jumped in there because I can say I was the first one.
But I think that's going to be a huge game. That's super exciting for Union. And then, they turn around after the Science Hill game. They play Graham the next week at Graham. So we're going to find out.
I will say probably if it is a field goal game.
Yeah.
I could give the edge to Science Hill because I'm pretty sure they probably got a guy that can probably kick. They don't always have great kickers.
Yeah.
They can probably kick 50-yard field goals, I think.
The next one is, I think, will be cut and dry again. Elizabethton versus Cherokee. Cherokee's 0-3. Elizabethton 3-0.
Cherokee's probably had, at this point, 3 games. They've had.
Elizabethton has played 3 too. They're 3-0.
They've probably had nearly 300 points scored on them already.
Yeah,
I'd say.
Yeah, they're just not very good, but I think Elizabethton will blow them out of the water. I think
it'll
Elizabethton
be definitely over 300 points by the time this game's over.
I think
they've had scored on them.
You want me to predict a score in this one too?
You can, yes.
I'm taking Elizabethton 55-0.
I'm going 65-0.
Okay. Greenville and Alcoa. What you got on Greenville and Alcoa? What you got?
And that game's at Greenville.
It is at Greenville, yes.
Woo!
Big game.
That would be the game to go to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not driving to Greenville after I get off work Friday, but
they got Pizza Inn.
Do they?
Yes.
So we'll go right on down there. You're driving,
and it's good. We'll get the buffalo chicken pizza.
What do you think?
Alcoa. I don't ever bet against Alcoa.
Okay. What's your score prediction?
I'll take Alcoa 28, 35-21.
Okay. I'm going to take Greenville. And I'm going to take Greenville 24-21. I like field goal games. This excites me.
Hey, it could be. You could be close.
And then we got to round out East Tennessee is DB in Jefferson County. I don't really know much about it, so that's all you.
Jefferson County actually beat Science Hill last week.
Yep, they did.
So this is going to be a dogfight, buddy.
What do you think?
I'm going to go Jeff County.
Okay.
Where's it at?
I don't know. I can look, though.
It's okay. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Jeff County 21-17.
21-17?
21-17 over DB.
Okay.
DB's had a rough start. I know they finally got on the win and got in the W column, but
I'm trying to see.
It's a good game. I mean, I'm DB's. They're liable to win that game. I'm only going on because Jeff County beat.
I don't know where's that.
It's all good.
It's at Jefferson County, I think.
21-17 for sure. I think.
I'm gonna take DB just to go against you. I don't know anything about DB. I just know they beat Science Hill.
It's about time that you went against me, so that way you can make up some of them other games you behind now, buddy.
I'm gonna take DB. I'm gonna take them 21-14. Just feels right. We'll see.
Feels so right.
Southwest Virginia, Cumberland District matchups right here. We'll start with the Eastside Spartans versus Riverview.
Ooh, Riverview is a little trip over into the West Virginia.
Yep, sure is.
I don't believe they've won a game in the past 3 or 4 years.
I looked at that earlier, but I can't remember what it said. What their record was from last year.
Eastside's putting some miles on the old school bus, buddy.
Ain't no doubt.
I'm going Eastside big in this with 35-0.
They are Riverview's 1-1 right now.
35-0.
Eastside 35-0.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Eastside too. I don't want to pick the same score as you. I'll go 35-0 too. Who cares? I told you I hate picking.
You'd have been
scores.
safe probably at 42.
You think? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know. Thomas Walker, Castlewood.
Thomas Walker.
I got Thomas Walker, 42-0.
The nice people is going to get a win.
I think they will. I think they'll beat the brakes off of Castlewood.
Yeah, they win that game.
Yeah, no doubt.
35-14.
Okay. John I. Burton, Patrick Henry.
Patrick Henry,
Yeah.
42. John I.
You
Burton.
think they'll get it figured out this week?
Please don't let me down. I'm going to go down there and draw arrows on the football field so you know which way to go. 35-7.
35-7, okay. I'm going to take Patrick Henry, 42-0.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I don't see it. Let's see. Who does Twin Springs have this week? They played Unaka last week, right?
Yep.
Well, we got Twin Springs Unaka on the thing here, buddy. Let me find old Twin Springs right quick. Twin Springs is playing. Wait a second now.
They're playing.
They're off. Twin Springs is off this week.
I got Twin Springs winning that one by 100.
Okay. Twin Springs is off. And then the last one of the Cumberland District is the biggest game of the week. Rye Cove and the Honeacre Tigers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to do in this one. I do. I know what to do. I know what I'm going to do. You go ahead, though. Actually, I'll go ahead. So if you say the same thing I say, you can't say I'm copying.
Yeah, you better go because
Yeah.
I will definitely say
Okay.
that.
Well,
Just because
this
I can.
this is the game of the week, I think. This is the biggest game of the week for, 1A, for the Cumberland District, for all this.
Well, it's
I
a
think-
playoff picture game for sure.
No doubt. I want to take Honeacre in a close one. I'm going to take Honeacre 35-28.
Well, that's not a bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
I think it'll be more of like a shootout game. Rye Cove, they ain't going to hold Honeacre like they failed everybody else, and I don't think Honeacre's going to stop everything Rye Cove's doing either.
Here's where I'm at. I mean, Rocco, like I said, they didn't look as efficient on offense last week as I think they did prior.
Yeah.
Twin Springs made the offense look better against Northwood. I mean, that's two teams I compare them two with. Honeacre, I believe, has played a little bit tougher opponents.
Yeah.
Neither one of them's played anybody, obviously,
Yeah.
yet. Honeacre's got a scoring machine up there right now.
No doubt.
So, I mean, I want the Eagles to win.
Yeah.
I want them to win really bad. But I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit further margin than what people think it is.
Okay. What do
So,
you got?
Rocco holds them less than anybody has all year.
Okay.
But they still hit the 42.
Okay. What do you think Rocco scores on?
41 or 21.
Okay. 42-21. You sure?
42-21.
Okay.
I mean, that's just what I see it right now. But I mean, this is a good game for Rocco if they do lose. So they see where they need to be for when that Region D championship comes around. It's not the end of their season.
Yeah.
They still end up 9-1 on the year.
Oh yeah.
They make the playoffs. Then they can change it. They see where they need to be.
Yeah.
So
I am fired up about this game, though. I really am. I'm excited to go over there. I've never been excited to go to Rocco in my life.
yeah,
I'm excited to go there.
I hope they win, man. I really do.
I'm excited. All right, is that all you got for that one?
That's all I got on that one.
Mountain 7.
Woohoo!
We'll start it out with Lehigh and Pineville.
I don't know nothing really about Pineville,
I got Lehigh winning big.
but I think Lehigh won that game last year.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
I looked up Pineville's record from last year. I think they were like 1-9 or something last year. I don't think they were very good. But I think Lehigh will handle them pretty well. I hate doing these scores.
It's
I feel
good.
like I'm gonna be like so far off.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, if you get the win, if you
Yeah,
pick
that's
the winning team, it doesn't matter if they win by 1 or 100.
I got Lehigh 42-7. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm going 35-14 Lehigh.
Okay. John Battle and Holston. What do you think on that one?
It's time for John Battle to bounce back.
I think so.
I got Battle winning this one pretty big, 42-7.
Okay. I'm going to take Battle too. I don't know if they'll win it as big as you think, but I think they will win it, decently. I don't think they'll blow them out.
So decently been 7 points, 10
No,
points.
I think it'll be about 28-7 or something. Now, I think if John Battle's quarterback don't throw 4 interceptions, that
It's 3 scores. That's
they'll
not
be.
bad.
No, I think that's fair. This is the one I really was waiting on though. The next one, your Blue Devils and old Abingdon, the Falcons. What you got on that one? What are you thinking?
Jeremy's not one to run up the score on people.
Yeah.
He will start. I like that he will start putting young kids in.
Yeah.
If they get up 2 scores, he'll start, trying to get some guys playing time. And I mean, I get it. He's building depth. I mean, he's looking for the future too. I mean, it's not like he's going to put all of them in, until he gets 3 or 4 scores ahead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with that being said, but now it is on TV, so he might want to impress.
Yeah, that is true.
He may want to impress. But I'm going Gate City 42-7.
I was going to pick Gate City 42-7 as well. I think they'll really handle them. Here's another one that I was excited to see what you were going to say, because this is always exciting. Ridgeview and the Central Warriors at Wise.
Well, Ridgeview's on the same little train here. Still not playing nobody. How many points have they scored already?
They scored 44 on Burton, I think, and 56 on Grundy.
Burton didn't even score.
Grundy didn't score either.
Grundy didn't score. So they ain't even been scored on yet.
I don't think so.
That ought to tell you something.
Yeah.
They probably ain't going to get scored on this year. Or this week.
Yeah, I don't think so.
This week's what I mean. They're going to get scored on.
Yeah.
They're finally going to get out of that cupcake stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, it can be about anything they want it to be, obviously, probably.
That's kind of what I think, too.
So what was last week's score was?
56-0, maybe, Ridgeview?
Yeah, I'm not going to put them at 56, but I will go 48.
Okay.
Central might get lucky and score 7 on them. But I mean, I'm going with the shutout again, 48-0.
Okay. And I got Ridgeview 42-0. I don't think it'll be a flood, for sure. I definitely feel like it. But like you said, I think it can pretty well be whatever Ridgeview wants it to be too. Let's see. We already picked that one.
Don't Ridgeview play Grand this year?
No, not in the regular season. They do not.
Okay.
They I don't know.
They're about out of their non-conference games then.
Yeah, they're.
They may have one more.
I'm trying to think. I think they got. Let's see.
They should have one more.
Yeah, Virginia High. They got Virginia High.
That's another tromping.
They got Central Virginia High, and then they start with Lehigh, and then they're back out with Richlands, and then they go straight into Union Battle, Abingdon, Gate City.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But man, that will be a tromping at Wise too, and I don't know if you know this, but Wise and Ridgeview hate each other.
Wise and whoever they play.
That's true. Yeah.
They may not hate the other team, but I'm sure the other team hates them.
Yeah. I know my cousin. He just graduated last year at Ridgeview. He hates Central with a passion. Hates them. So Ridgeview will be fired up too to go win that one.
I'm pretty sure there's a common denominator of why.
Yeah, well.
And we'll just leave that out. We're not here to do algebra or nothing. So.
Yeah.
Or geometry. Or even standard mathematics.
Yeah.
Other than this is going to get out of hand.
Yeah, I think so.
And get out of hand quick.
I think it'll get out of hand quick too. I think by halftime they'll have it handled. I think for sure. You want to pick some?
I did hear that they wasn't going to bring O'Quinn to the game.
Oh, they're not going to?
That's what I heard. They just going to leave him over in Ridgeview. They said he could throw it from iron.
Oh, Lord. I knew you'd have something to say. You want to pick some college games, too?
Might as well.
There's only like 3 or 4, I think, that are, like decent games.
We do the good ones.
Okay. I put this on here just for Kermit. That's the only reason, just because I know Kermit loves the Virginia Tech Hokies. He was up there, wasn't he? Last Saturday?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he was up there. Virginia Tech and Purdue.
I bet that ain't even on television.
It's probably on the ACC network.
I don't even know if the ACC network wants to cut. I'm going Purdue, man.
Okay.
I'm going Purdue 35-14.
Okay. Purdue 35-14. I'm going to go. Virginia Tech. I have no idea why.
Yeah, you bred something somewhere. Or you got Kermit in your back pocket pulling the string.
I just want Kermit to be in a good mood. I'm going to go Virginia Tech 21-14.
Hey, at least they beat Old Dominion this time.
That is true. Yeah, and this is like the first time in 5 years that they beat them like pretty decent, you know? So, good for Virginia
And speaking
Tech.
of that game, Old Dominion and Virginia Tech, Lyndon Redwine actually got some snaps for Old Dominion in that game.
Is that right?
Yeah, he was he's supposed to play at Gate City, but he went to DB and played. He came over and transferred to UVA Wise, and then entered the transfer portal, and he's at ODU now.
Awesome.
So.
Good for him.
Yeah. He comes from a good family, man.
I love any time. Also, while we're just on the topic of college games, I meant to put this in and I forgot about it. UVA Wise won this last weekend, 47-0 against Union College. UVA Wise put it on them. Up here at Wise, yeah, right down the road here.
You sure it wasn't the Union Bears?
I'm positive. Yeah, I checked. I double checked. Yeah.
mean, I thought they might have played their Pee-wee team or something. That's good, man.
Yeah.
We want to see them succeed.
I do. I want to see UVA Wise do good. Ole Miss and Tulane, number 20 versus number 24.
Ole Miss all day long.
Yeah, I got Ole Miss all day.
35-14 Ole Miss.
I'll take that too. I'm just excited about Colorado, so I put that one on there. Colorado, Nebraska. I'm a huge Deion fan. Like when I was a little kid, my uncle's a huge Cowboys fan. My Uncle Bob, shout out to my Uncle Bob.
Hello, Uncle Bob.
But he's a huge Cowboys fan. I remember when I was a little kid, we'd sit around and watch Cowboys highlights, you know. We'd watch Aikman and Emmitt Smith and, all these dudes.
I bet he's like, right here is prime time.
There was one, I remember being a little kid, and I had watched all those highlights with my uncle. Well, then I was at school one time, and somehow I figured out how to get on YouTube, on the school computer. I was supposed to probably be doing work or something. But
I'm sure.
Well, I looked up some Dallas Cowboy highlights, and it was Deion returning kicks and punts, and I was like, man, that guy is sick. So ever since then, I've been a Deion fan. And
he was a great kick returner.
He was so good, man.
Punt returner.
He was a special player. He really was. Two-way player, could play both sides of the ball. He's a good player, man. I love Deion.
I did see an article said records are made to be broken, but he actually set one this past week that probably would never be broken.
Deion did?
Yes.
What's that?
That he is the first coach to win their first game with a one-win team from the year before.
Yeah.
And batted 526 in a World Series game or something.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Cool. That's awesome.
So I'm pretty sure that one right there probably will never be broken again.
Also, did you see his chain? Did you watch that game?
No.
Deion was jumping around on the sideline. He had a gold chain on. I guarantee you it weighed 35 pounds.
I'll guarantee it.
I mean, he's such a stud. I love Deion.
Worth $35 million.
Yeah, I guarantee it. Yeah. But what do you think? Colorado, Nebraska.
Colorado's gonna win this game.
I think so too. I think they're gonna roll a little bit. I'm excited. I don't know what the score's gonna be.
I'm gonna go 38-17.
Okay. Well, that's kind of an obscure one.
Well, I had to change it up.
Yeah, that's true.
I've been all over the 35-42 stuff.
I'm going to stay on the 35-42 stuff, and I'm going to go 42-7. I don't know why. But I think the biggest college football game this week, 100%, is Alabama and Texas. That's going to be a huge game.
I bet them Texas fans is going to enjoy being up in the upper deck,
baby. Oh, man. But did you watch the Alabama game this week?
I did.
Did you see their quarterback?
Yeah, I'm not buying into him 100% yet, but I really do believe they've got another good one.
That dude is built.
Yes, he is.
He is jacked to be a quarterback.
Yes, he is.
He is huge. He looks like Derrick Henry playing quarterback.
He looks good with his legs.
Yep.
Well, now, I mean, we got to think back.
Right.
Jamborees.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
We can't call it too early.
Can't call it too early, but I think
you get a lot of flack on the internet over.
I want to see him in a. I want to see him in a close game.
Yeah.
I want to see him in the SEC championship game to see how he reacts to that in that type of atmosphere. Texas may actually give them a run.
Oh, I think Texas, yeah.
And so this might be a game that we really get to see if he's actually legit, as we feel like he's going to be. But yeah,
I'm excited about that one,
dude. Yeah,
I'm excited.
I mean, it's going to be fun.
I think
that's
so.
going to be a fun game.
That's definitely the game of the week. I think that's the biggest college football game this week.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
But I think, like you said, I think Texas really will hang right there with them. I think Texas is good enough to do it. I'm going to take. This is for you, Uncle Bob. He's a huge Alabama fan. Huge Alabama fan.
Oh, I thought you was going to hook them horns, man, the way you're doing this.
No. I'm going to take Alabama 28-24 in a super close one. I think they can pull it out, though.
Do you think it's going to be that close?
I think so. I really do. I really do. I think that's the game of the week. I really do. I think Texas will play with them.
Uncle Bob. I hope I can call you Uncle Bob too. But down there in Texas, they have this cow called the Longhorn. And if them horns get a hold of you, buddy, they can sure tear you up.
Okay.
So it depends on if they get to hook them or not. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It ain't gonna happen, though. It's not gonna be as close as you're thinking either, I don't think.
You don't think so?
No. I'm going Texas huge. Huge. I'm just kidding, Uncle Bob. I'm gonna go with you.
He's gonna have a stroke.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna stroke out right here. But I'm gonna go Alabama 35-14.
Okay.
I'll go 35-21. That makes it a little more respectable on their part. But I think they're 2 to 3 touchdowns better.
Okay.
For real.
Yeah. I think Alabama's really good.
Especially if that quarterback ends up being exactly what we think he's going to be.
Yeah. He is a large human being. For sure.
He looks good on his feet.
He sure does.
His balance is amazing.
I thought he looked good. He's just jacked. I couldn't believe how jacked he was when he first went out there. I was like, who is this dude?
Did you see him beside a Middle Tennessee player?
Yeah.
Well, that's probably why he looks so
right,
jacked.
it might be, yeah. He might look small this week. But, yeah. Actually, that's when I went to the Ridgeview game, was with my Uncle Bob. He has an Alabama Crimson Tide wallet, and there's this dude sitting in front of us, and he had his wallet out for some reason. And that dude I thought he was going to fist fight, but that dude was like, he said, you know, that money ain't worth nothing with that Alabama Crimson Tide logo on it. Michael Bob jumped up with it. He was like, it's worth more. It's worth more. I was like, easy, Uncle Bob.
It's kind of like putting it in a government wallet. The value of the dollar drops, you know?
But yeah, I do. Alabama's good every year, but I do think that'll be a really good game. I'm excited for that.
Maybe the wheels fall off the wagon.
Maybe. Who knows? I'm excited. Football season, baby. And hunting season coming up.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm so excited.
Did we pick Tennessee?
Ain't they playing like...
I don't care who they're playing. We got to pick Tennessee game.
I thought they were playing like a bunch of bums.
Okay.
I mean, we'll pick it. I'll find it.
I want to pick the Tennessee game, buddy.
Okay.
Don't just put Kermit's Virginia Tech Hokies on there and leave the Tennessee balls out.
I mean, you said the big one, so I was like, well, maybe he just wants like,
Hey, you're in ball country, buddy. We got to pick this game.
I hate the Tennessee Volunteers. I really do. My wife's a huge Vols fan. I can't stand it.
I'm not a huge Vols fan, but we're in ball country.
They're gaudy orange. It's terrible.
You sound like what's her name on the Blind Side.
I hate the Vols. Anyways,
you can go to Tennessee if you want to, but I swear I'm not wearing that gaudy orange.
Did you see the there's like a big lawsuit now with that movie or something?
Oh, did you see the Tennessee game this past week?
Okay.
They had a lineman make a block 15 yards out of bounds to the end zone.
I did see that. Yes, I did.
And I'm like, he was taking him to the buzz. It was time for him to go home, baby.
Okay, well, you want to pick this one.
The referee was running after him going, oh, stop.
I think this one will be a nail biter. Tennessee versus Austin Peay. Peay. Austin Peay.
Austin Peay? You don't know who Austin Peay is?
I feel like I do, but
60-0.
yeah, I'm going to take a big 55-0 something. Yeah.
The freshman's going to get some playing time in this one for sure.
You think Joe Milton's sitting after this week?
I'm not saying he's sitting after this week.
And I had to find this on my ESPN app, and I'll show you that. Tennessee has a 99% chance to win the game. So
it should be 99.9999.
It should really just be 100.
It actually is.
Yeah. So, you wanted to pick that one. But, buddy, that's all we got.
Well, I was wanting to do it for Eric.
Okay.
And for all you Tennessee fans out there, I'm sorry that this LSU guy is like, okay, we're going to choose all these other games, but we're going to leave you Tennessee people out. I'm very, very sorry about that.
I'm sorry, too. I just hate Tennessee. I hear it from my wife all the time. Tennessee done this, Tennessee done that.
Well, you know, the woman of the house is always right, buddy.
Yeah, that is true. That's definitely a fact.
So it doesn't matter. So you know you're going to hear it either way.
That is a fact.
Go Balls.
I'm not going to say it.
Do it.
I'm not saying it.
She will have your tail.
Now, like, when the season goes on, like...
Oh, so when you find out they're going about being defeated...
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Okay, when they get in the playoffs.
No, that's not what I was going to say either. Like, when they play teams like Alabama, stuff like that, I will root for Tennessee. But I root for
Uncle Bob, did you hear that?
He knows I hate Alabama. It's not a secret. But I do
Uncle
root
Bob,
for
why do you do so much for this youngin'?
But I do root for Tennessee in big games just because they're local. But I do hate them with a passion also. So, you know. I don't know.
So you decide, up until last year, that, okay, Tennessee's playing Alabama this week. I just want to pull for a losing team.
No.
And now I'm going to pull for Tennessee.
I mean, I love seeing Alabama get beat. So, you know. But I don't
Kentucky has a big game this week, don't they?
No, they don't.
I thought they did, mister.
I don't think so, buddy. I looked at all of the games.
The Kentucky Wildcats. No, I think their big game that I'm thinking about, they actually have Alabama on their schedule.
I was about to say, I know they ain't playing nobody because I looked at the thing.
Kentucky's supposed to be pretty good.
They're playing Eastern Kentucky.
Oh. Well, anyway, Kentucky buying biggin.
Yeah, Kentucky by $1 billion. Yeah. And then I think like Louisville has like Ball State or something. LSU's playing Granger, I think, or something like that. Or
see, they was just on something one of our high school picks there, wasn't they?
Something. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it's something.
Maybe that's who Elizabeth beat the farm.
Yeah, a couple weeks back there.
Austin Peay and Elizabethton would probably be a good game. Maybe Tennessee should just let them play that game.
Who knows?
Combine Elizabethton and the Greenville guys together. They probably do stand a chance.
Maybe we're being mean.
So in the Alco boys, and it's on, baby.
We got it cooking now.
Yeah, and if you want to win big, throw the Marable boys in there. It's in there then. It's in pocket.
But, buddy, that's all we got, mister.
Is that all we got?
That's all we got. For
Man, I hate it when it comes to an end like that.
I do too.
But looking forward to this week.
I am too.
Some big games and
also we got a lot of huge stuff coming up on the podcast too. I ain't gonna give nothing away, but we got some big guests coming up, some big stuff coming up.
What do you do? You do have a special guest.
We got a couple special guests, yes.
And we may have some insight on this Science Hill Union game.
Yeah.
You know, this coming week, so it's interesting.
I'm excited, man. This will be a huge week.
It's gonna get better, man.
I think so. I can't wait till
all the cupcake games is about to be over.
Yeah, I agree with you. Except for Who was it? You were making fun of Kermit earlier for it. Union Twin Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Union Twin Springs.
Ridgeview has 2 left, I believe.
Yeah, Richlands and somebody else.
I don't know about Richlands.
Well, yeah, they probably ain't a cupcake, but I think Ridgeview will handle them.
The only thing that worries me there is because it's a few weeks later. They got time to.
That's true. Yeah,
to get better.
That's definitely true.
Like if they saw them this week, it'd probably really be. But
Yeah,
you know how it is.
I do.
And more than likely, it's still going to be. They're probably like. I believe they're like Burton. They're going. They got it into the R, and it needs to be in the D.
Yeah, yeah. They have not scored offensively all year. That is true.
They have not.
Yeah, that is a fact.
Maybe we should send whoever went to Burton this past week and talk to them. Go over and talk to them.
That's how. Yeah.
Hey guys, listen. We figured out the R is not a D.
Yeah.
The R makes you go the wrong way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man.
But this is a big week. I'm so excited for Honecker Cove.
I am too.
I think for sure that's where I'm going to go. I think that'll be the biggest game this week. But now, if Union does pull it off and beat Science Hill, that's a huge, huge win for Union. But I think Rock Cove is where I'm going to be going. I sure do.
Well, I think it's just more of a playoff game. It has way more significance. So, that's where I want to be at. And it's like a lot of the other people that I've talked to is like, if their teams wasn't playing somebody pretty good, and they had the opportunity to go somewhere else, that Rocco would probably be where they're at. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be a big crowd in Rocco come Friday night. Gary Collier's winning there. He's built excitement on the team. He's not only just built excitement on the team, the community has come together. I mean, dude, it's nice to see the stands full. They're loud. They're rowdy.
It's going to be awesome, man.
They got that school spirit. The student sections, or the students are coming out. They're supporting the team. So it's back to the way, old Southwest Virginia football should be over in Rock Cove. And they got a freight train coming to town, though. So this ain't going to be your Hancock County. This ain't going to be your, Northwood. I mean, this is the real deal, and looking forward to this game. So Lord's willing, we'll get to be there.
Yep.
So all you Rocco fans, look for us to be there.
Yep.
You've seen us on the podcast already, on our picture. Just look for us, and
but just a little disclaimer here. Kermit will not be with us, so you cannot get a Kermit autograph this week.
That's right.
He will be at the Science Hill game to support his boy. So don't get too excited,
Yeah.
There won't be no Kermit shaking hands or autographs this week, so. It's tough. It's tough for Rocco for that Kermit ain't going to be there, but, it is what it is, man.
He wanted to be.
He did. He did say that. I talked to him the other day. He said, well, we both talked to him the other day. He said if his son wasn't playing Science Hill this week, he would probably skip his own son's game to go to Rocco and watch him play Honecker.
That's what he said.
That's excitement.
I should have told him, look, they've got 2 weeks in a row, man. Big games. But all you Rocco people, I know I went against you in this game. I mean, don't let it get you down. I hope it builds a fire.
I'm pulling for Rocco.
I hope it builds a fire in them to say, hey, look, they're not choosing us to win.
Yep.
We got something to go out there and prove. And you do. And hopefully you go out there and you pull this off. I can't wait. It's going to be exciting. Hopefully we can get there in time to get a good parking spot and a good seat and everything. So,
you got anything else?
Huh?
You got anything else before we cut her off?
Listen, buddy, I'm just excited about football in general.
I'm too.
And the pros are going to be starting up soon.
Yep, sure are.
Everything.
something I do want to say before we end it is obviously thanks everybody for listening.
Yeah, man.
We've had like a ton of support, in the last however long we've been doing this. And we're like, that's like we said in the second episode, we never thought, that many people would be interested. But man, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all for listening. I really do. It's awesome.
We do. Thank you.
So awesome. We're just two guys trying to have fun. After we get off work, like we just did this on a whim, and y'all are making it what it is, and we appreciate it.
It's fun to do.
It is.
We're not professionals. I mean, obviously you can tell by now.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we have some knowledge of the sport, and it's fun. We just like to talk football.
Yeah.
And it's not always going to be straight up talking football. I mean, we're going to chase a rabbit or two here and there, and
no doubt.
have some funny stuff, And so I mean, we're just having fun. We appreciate, like Sean said, we appreciate you listening, tuning in, listening to us. I mean, help us grow. And how you can do that is by sharing our stuff, inviting your friends to check us out.
Yeah, like us on Facebook.
Yeah, subscribe to us on YouTube. Eventually, we're wanting to get our recording gear, and actually we'll be on video, doing video stuff for YouTube.
Hopefully, pretty soon.
So.
And another thing I want to say just before we leave is to Gabe Hackney, we're praying for you. You're in our thoughts, buddy. And we hate what happened to you, but, man, just keep your head down. And it's going to be all right, no matter what. You got the support of your community, and like I said, we're praying for you, buddy.
How many's on their roster this year?
A bunch.
Well,
a bunch.
Okay. I think he's going to have a bunch of guys playing for him.
There ain't no doubt. And that was something that actually you just reminded me of that. If anybody from the Ridgeview Wolfpack listens to this, everything you do this season now is for 16. And that should really light a fire under everybody over there.
I believe it already has.
Yeah.
They're tight in that, man.
Yeah. Like one of your brothers goes down like that, they're going to be fired up and wanting to do it for him now. So I'm excited, man. Gonna be a big week. That's all I got, though.
That's all I got. Thank y'all for listening. We'll see y'all next week.